shout out to CJ Udine. He is one of Gary Allen's band members. Hi CJ, hope you're having a great day. I also want to let you know that we're doing part 2 of Tim Murphy's show. He let us go into his dressing room and see him get ready as Joan Rivers. So this is part 2. It's quite an amazing thing to watch.
Wait till you see the eyes go on. Holy smokes.
Well, you've already started the eyes.
Well, I did because I was waiting for my eyebrows to dry. I was waiting for the glue to harden, so I had to start elsewhere. I don't normally start with the lips and the nose, but see the nose too, the contour. It's all just the dark palette. It's all dark and light. That's how you get the look of the narrow nose with the turn up.
Okay, now what happens? Do you blend that in, or is that? Do you
No, I pretty much I leave it dark like that for stage because with the distance involved, you need to have that darkness. If I were doing a photo shoot, I would tone it down. Like right now for the camera, I'm sure it's quite severe. But once you're on stage under lights, it isn't as noticeable.
Okay, now what about your sideburns and everything?
The wig hides that.
The wig hides everything?
Yeah,
Okay, now I do have a question.
What is it?
Because Joan's kind of endowed, right?
Oops.
So what do you do for that? Hey? Oh, no way.
Yeah, you just push them up like that.
You're kidding. Well, how did, I mean, you just...
A tight bra and cookies.
Cookies?
Here.
So like cookies and cream here. Never heard of... Oh, so
you push those
so there is a pad.
Oh yeah, there's a pad.
Okay, so that's why
that goes
real
under
on
and
top.
then it pushes up there. And then contour powder. I would draw, I would take...
Like similar to your nose.
Yeah, you would take this powder and you would go on the line there.
Okay, so
and
that's
then once you get that, oh, there's my boob. And once you pick my boobs off the floor.
Yeah.
How Joan Rivers is that?
50,
I know, exactly. And as soon as you do this, and then you would put a highlight above it, and it gives you the look.
Okay, so the dark and the light.
Yes, look at me showing my boobs off.
Wow. Okay, but that's why it looks real.
Yeah.
Okay, now when you finally get in your dress, mentally, do you kind of change into Joan Rivers' personality?
It's once the wig goes on. Once the wig goes on and I see the wig, and also, you know, this sounds funny, but fingernails. If I do a show without fingernails, it really bothers me because I look down and see my big old man hands.
Okay.
So something about putting the fingernails on is the final touch that really helps. So the fingernail on the wigs, and then once I see it, you do the whole, okay, and the voice kicks in, and then you're there, you know. But I don't just stay in Joan character once I'm dressed as her. I mean, I can speak like myself. Whose phone is that? Is that Vic calling us right now?
Yeah, I think so.
They say, Tammy!
Yeah. Well, you know what? And okay, so you kick into your character. Now, who writes all of your material? Do you do it yourself?
It's about 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, I would say. I would say 1/3 of the material is actually Joan Rivers material from some of her earlier stuff. Because the later stuff, she basically... Hi, honey. After Gary D, after she sued Gary D, I mean not Gary D, Frank Marino. Did you ever hear that story?
No, I
Frank
didn't.
Marino is the Joan Rivers in Las Vegas, right?
Okay.
And, you know, he's okay.
Not as good as you, right?
No, he doesn't sound like her. He starts every show saying, "Oh, I have a cold, so I don't sound like myself tonight." Anyway,
okay.
But what happened with Frank was, see, when Joan Rivers tries out new material, she goes to small clubs, and she does things like recipe cards in her hand, and she has cue cards on the floor, and she'll try out her act. And people who are going to see it know that they're not seeing, you know, the full-out Joan Rivers in concert. And so what Frank was doing, he was already working for Lacage, hosting the show as Joan Rivers. And he found out where she was doing these trial gigs, right?
Right.
And he'd show up.
Oh.
And he was taking the jokes that he liked and flying back to Vegas and using them in the show.
Oh, okay.
So then Joan arrives in Vegas to do a show, and her manager, I guess, happened to go into the Riviera to watch the show, An Evening at Lacage. And he starts hearing Joan's jokes before Joan has done them. So she sued him. And he made the cover of People magazine, and from there his salary like quadrupled, and everybody wanted to go and see this guy in Vegas that was doing Joan Rivers that she sued.
Okay.
So that's where his career really took off. And he's still there, I don't know how many years
still
later.
there?
When I was working Lacage in Toronto, and I was making pretty decent coin, that was 1990, Frank was making $6,000 US a week.
Okay, I do have a question. Have you ever met Joan Rivers?
Yes.
You have?
I met
just once or many times?
No, just once at the O'Keefe.
Were you dressed in costume?
No, I was not. I didn't even tell her that I did.
That was my next question. You didn't tell her.
I didn't. I was kind of. You know what? When I met her, I didn't do her.
Oh.
I mean, I did the voice, but I didn't. I'd never done the whole thing. I started off just doing the voice at parties and stuff. I never did the drag thing until I got hired.
Well, you know what? You're an incredible actor. Whether you're Joan Rivers or anybody else that you've portrayed. And
very
Tim,
kind.
we're really proud to have you in our community.
Aw, you're sweet.
No, it's true, because we don't have the caliber of acting. You know, like you're one of the, well, you're the only one in Sault Ste. Marie that can do Joan Rivers, and we're really proud that you came from Sault Ste. Marie, and you're doing an amazing job.
Tammy, can you give me a modeling contract, Tammy?
Gotta get myself another one.
Could we model together?
Yeah.
We could do before and after. I could be the before, you could be the after.
Oh, yeah.
My microphone. Hello? Hello, Marty Stone, little tramp. How are you? Turn that music off. I'm here now. I'm getting out of the limo, and I don't want a Britney Spears moment, okay? I'm trying to keep my legs closed.
Terry, where are you from? I'm sorry?
Sault Ste. Marie.
No, I heard you. I'm just sorry. Terry from Sault Ste. Marie. And who are you here with, Terry?
My mother, June.
This is your mother, June. Look at June. There's June, and Terry's busting out all over. There's a song. June is busting out all over. But June isn't, Terry is. Terry's got some good boobs on her. Those are good boobs.
Thanks, Tim, for a great interview. I'm Tammy Fremlin with SooNews Television. See you next week.